There's an unexpectedly cool confrontation between BG9 and Omega in my review of Bleach chapter 549. So let's get this straight. This was an action chapter and this is an action series. So already, I was digging this one completely. And I just want to formally apologize to all the Omega fans because I've made fun of this character for the longest time. But this is the first chapter that he's really appealed to me. And I love the fact that he stood up for himself protecting his sister in this chapter. But this was an intense one. It featured a lot of our favorite characters, and the battle between the Shinigami and the Quincy is just still heating up. This week, it was mostly BG9, that one member of the Quincy who has the weird armor on his face, and we get to see a lot of his abilities this week, and they're freaky as hell. I almost can't describe it. Essentially, he has these, weird tentacle, spider leg type whip things that come out of his body, and he's able to use those to just destroy everything, whether they be buildings or even people. And he also is able to have this giant Gatling gun arm, which is really awesome because a lot of the Quincy's just use arrows and that type of stuff. But the fact that he's got this giant mechanical badass Gatling gun arm just is so awesome. So as BG9 and Omega are fighting, BG9 is asking, "So where's Suì-Fēng? I want to find this bitch and kill her." But Omega doesn't know. He's just doing what he typically does, just sort of buying a little bit of time. But then BG9 takes things to a really intense and creepy level where he starts to attack this building with one of his weird tentacles. And he actually impales Omeda's little sister, and she's just sitting up there bleeding to death. And this scene is really intense and fucked up. What I love most about it, though, is that Omega is like, whatever, fuck it, and he starts to attack, and he has his, giant flail just smack the crap out of BG9's face. What's really disturbing about all of this is it doesn't even affect BG9 in the least. He's just like, whatever, I'm just going to keep asking you, where is Suì-Fēng? I'm going to give you a few more seconds, and he continuously is attacking Omega at the same time with his weird spider tentacles. And then all of a sudden, as he's about to pull out his giant Gatling gun arm, Suì-Fēng makes an appearance, and like the badass ninja-like character she is, she's able to rip this giant machine gun in half. And I love when she's standing on top of the building and she actually takes the bullets in her hand and just drops them. So Suì-Fēng has shown that she is one of the coolest characters in the series. And one thing that I've been really loving about this arc is, even though a lot of the captains have lost their Bankai, they're still able to adapt to battle and use brand new abilities, and she displayed that a lot this week. She has basically been able to complete her Shunko abilities, and for a lack of a better word, it looks like she summons these giant tornadoes all the way around her fists, and she's able to get right up in BG9's grill and just punch the hell out of them. And if you guys know me, I love these type of scenes. I absolutely love just a good old awesome punch, and she's able to send BG9 just flying across Soul Society. All the artwork here just looks really awesome and really intense. What's great about this scene is we also get to finally go back to the battle with Rangiku, Hitsugaya, and Bazz-B. And in the last chapter, we got to see that Bazz-B was attacked by Hitsugaya and Rangiku together, and half of his face is completely covered in ice. And yet the dude is still kicking. He's still being a complete and total asshole, and it looks like this battle is just going to get more intense from here. And now that Bazz-B is still alive, we also get to see that BG9 is also alive. You get to see that Suì-Fēng is kind of freaked out, and in that one final panel, you get to see that he's got his one eye shining through the armor in his face. I cannot wait to see the full extent of what BG9 abilities are. Just really awesome. And I just love saying BG9 because it reminds me of CB4. I think that was before your time. Omega was one of the best things about this week's chapter. He's a character who the author seems to love to write for, and he definitely has a lot of hilarity to him, but it was good to see him get kind of serious this week. Even though all this crazy shit was going on this week, I think it's BG9 this week who really stole the show. I think he was just a really awesome character. I love his design and his abilities, and I love the fact that, he wears this armor and everything, and you can't really see his facial expressions, and that just makes him seem all the more robotic and cold and ruthless. And I just really love that about the villains in this series. Same thing for Bazz-B. He's just full of personality, and I can't wait to see how they're going to combat him. And maybe they even have some other abilities we haven't even seen yet. So, really awesome chapter of Bleach. A lot of really great artwork, a lot of awesome action panels, a lot of favorite characters from the series, and just really exciting. I actually have 0 complaints about this chapter, and because of that, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I just really enjoyed this one. I'm really digging the action. This is an action manga, so this is exactly the type of stuff that I've been waiting for. Haven't been this excited about Bleach since probably Yamamoto summoning his giant skeleton army. But still, awesome chapter of Bleach that you guys should definitely check out. And if you guys did read this week's chapter of Bleach, I'd love to know what you guys thought about it. Maybe you could tell me about your favorite moments. Did you have any favorite action scenes? You can let me know with your comments below. And remember, before you leave, give this video a thumbs up absolutely one of the best ways to support our videos. That and checking out our review of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. It's our first impression video. We're going to do a more in-depth full review of the movie. But if you guys just want to hear us gushing about the newest Dragon Ball Z movie and just hearing what we have to say about it, make sure and check it out. Thumbs up and subscribe. I will see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.